Irene Garza was born in 1934 in McAllen. It is a city in Hidalgo County, Texas. She graduated from McAllen High School. In 1960, she worked as a teacher at an elementary school in McAllen. Irene expressed fulfillment in her work. She was also very religious and attended the Sacred Heart Church. On April 16, 1960, Irene told her parents as she was going to confession at the church. After midnight, she still was not home, and her parents got worried, so they reported her missing. 2 days later, on April 18, Irene's handbag and left shoe were found on the road. A woman called Irene's parents, claiming to be Irene, and said that she had been kidnapped. The call was found to be false, however. A man started telling people that he took the life of Irene, but that was just an awful joke made by the man after he had been drinking heavily. On April 21, 1960, 5 days after she was last seen, her body was found in a canal in an area several miles away. Irene had been assaulted and suffocated. Any DNA evidence that could have possibly been left behind by the attacker was washed away by the time the body spent in the water. Law enforcement questioned about 500 people across several Texas cities. This included known offenders, Irene's family members, and her ex-boyfriends. The priest who heard Irene's last confession, John Fight, soon came under suspicion. Church members said that a confession line moved very slowly on the night that Irene was last seen, and that the priest spent a very long time with her. It was also noted that John had scratches on his hands. When questioned, John denied seeing Irene that night, but later admitted to having done so. A few days after Irene's body was found, the canal was drained. There, investigators found a camera belonging to John Fight. In 2002, two acquaintances of John, Dale Tackney and Joseph O'Brien, came forward to police to say that John confessed to them that he took Irene's life. Investigators believed that John was responsible for what happened to Irene, but they did not feel they had enough for a conviction. In 2016, a new district attorney took office in Hidalgo County, and a case was looked into again. In February 2016, John Fight was arrested in Arizona in connection of the Irene case. He was then extradited to Texas. His trial began in November 2017. In December, he was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. John passed away due to natural causes in 2020 at the age of 87. Just before 8 a.m. on March 19, 1993, the police received a 911 call from a 6-year-old boy who had found his mom's body in their apartment in Toronto, Canada. Emergency services were dispatched to the building, but 41-year-old Barbara Brodkin was already gone. She had a stab wound to the chest. A lot of cash were taken, so investigators believed that the motive was robbery. Investigators looked for witnesses, examined evidence, and interviewed over 100 people. The attacker could not be identified, however, and the case went cold. In August 2017, the case was reopened. Evidence that was collected at a crime scene were sent in for DNA examinations. This led investigators to a man by the name of Charles Mustard, and they arrested him. Detective Stacy Callan said that Charles and Barbara was acquainted, but did not elaborate. Investigators believe this case is solved, and they are not looking for any other suspects in the case. They are, however, asking anyone with more information to come forward. The body of a white female between 17 and 25 years old was found on October 29, 2006 in Kilgore, Texas. A total of $40 was found in her pockets. It is believed that she passed away between 8:15 p.m. and 10 p.m. the previous day. The unknown female was given the nickname of Lavender Doe, most likely due to the purple sweater she had on. Detectives were able to recover a DNA sample belonging to an unknown man from her body. A lot of residents started pointing out suspicious people that they believed could be involved, and an investigation started. In January 2014, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released a digital composite sketch. This led to the mother of missing 23-year-old Brandy Wells to come forward. Brandy disappeared after going out to a nightclub in Longview, Texas in August 2006. After DNA testing, it was found that Lavender Doe was not Brandy Wells. In August of 2018, a man by the name of Joseph Wayne Burnett confessed to the police that he ended Lavender Doe's life. He was originally questioned back in 2007 because he lived in the area and was convicted of a similar crime. Also in 2018, the DNA Doe Project decided to try and find out the real identity of Lavender Doe. They analyzed her DNA profile and found her cousin who also lived in Texas. On February 11, 2019, they announced that Lavender Doe's real identity is Dana Dodd. Dana's mother abandoned her when she was a baby, and her father was homeless. In 2000, she left the rest of her family behind in Florida, and she moved to Texas. There she joined a door-to-door magazine sales team. It is believed that she met Joseph Wayne Burnett while working.